Hey, this is Charles Freeman, and I am an investment analyst and a consultant for financial planners, actually on a fixed fee. And I just posted some research on social media channels, and so just wanted to kind of do a little video commentary. If you like this commentary and like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe to my channel. I plan on trying to do this a little more. I've generally just been writing about it, but I wanted to do a quick video. Um, anyway, I want to share my screen and so just kind of tell you what my observation is. So one of the things I do is I monitor different defensive or risk on type of investments. It could be ETFs, it could be indexes. With my Bloomberg terminal, I just have access to lots of different um, asset classes across equities, fixed income, commodities, currencies. And I just have a growing list of things as I read and as I analyze. I look at different market conditions. So I monitor these things on a daily basis. And really, the US dollar has been the ultimate sort of safe haven over the last couple of years. There's not really many other options as far as performance wise. There are some sort of low correlation type of options out there, and that partially depends on the narrative that's going on, like how well those perform. But as far as negatively correlated options to U.S. equities, really the dollar. I mean, outside of just shorting the S&P or something like that, which would give you a true negative correlation. The dollar's really been one of the only options. And this chart here, you can kind of see that during COVID, the dollar popped up as the equity market was collapsing when we first found out, and COVID kind of hit the markets. And then we had this sort of unbelievable policy response where we had coordination between the Fed and then also, the fiscal stimulus, which, created this just massive rally, which I think a lot of, myself and a lot of my peers were really surprised about. And during that time, so as risk assets went up, again, the dollar as sort of a safe haven went down, and kind of sort of negative correlation there. And right around the summer of 2021, the uh, the more speculative parts of the market, the SPACs and the companies that don't have earnings and things like that started to sell off. There's more fringe speculation in the market started selling off in summer of 2021, but the broad market S&P really didn't start kind of going down until the start of 2022. But as the selling kind of started, um, even though it was sort of on the outskirts of the market, you can see kind of the dollar started to break that downtrend and then start trending up, and then actually has gone on a pretty strong uptrend to through 2022. And recently we've seen a break of that uptrend um, in the last month or so as the dollar has really started to come off, and I think that that's mainly due to the fact that we had a softer excuse me, inflation print, and that is sort of rekindled this sort of ongoing idea in 2022 that the Fed is going to pivot. They're going to back off of the tightening, and they're basically going to sort of go back to that ultra dovish position they've had for the last 12 years, um, with monetary policy. And my opinion is, I think it's a little bit premature. Even though the dollar has kind of broken this downtrend, I think it's a little bit premature to suggest that we are going to resume an uptrend on, in this case, the S&P as a risk on type of asset, mainly because there's a pretty high probability for a recession next year. There's a lot of curve inversions, and we haven't really seen unemployment spike up. Really, we haven't really seen earnings come down, and the speed and the size of the interest rate increases. What the Fed has done this year. We're not really, I think, going to see the effects until next year. So I do think there's a pretty reasonable probability we go into recession. And if that happens, then again, I think risk assets could potentially go down, and therefore the dollar kind of find some support because it has been a haven asset, negative correlation to risk assets. So I think it might be premature to say we've had peak dollar. I think it maybe could go into a range next year. Um, Maybe not necessarily resume the uptrend, but I definitely think uh, the market is not pricing in a recession so much yet. And so that'll be something to look for next year. But I hope that's been helpful. And again, if this has been helpful for you, please click like on this video and subscribe to my channel. Plan on maybe doing this a little more, just adding some video and verbal commentary as well as posting on social media. But thanks for your time, and good luck in the markets. Take care.